Mike McDowell is with Chaos Tours, and they tour a lot of the most haunted places in Northwest Indiana. Today we're at the old Sheriff's House and the Crown Point Jail. This place has an awful lot of history, doesn't it?
It does, as a matter of fact, yes.
And Mike, just to give us some background, how did you get into, playing around with the paranormal?
Well, it all started many years ago when I went to the gravesite of Daniel Boone in Defiance, Missouri. I got a very unusual photograph when I went out there, and it intrigued me. This was way back in 1996, and I began learning more about ghost hunting at that point and started the Indiana Ghost Trackers in August of 2000. It was a fascination, and I wanted to bring more of my friends into this, and I wanted them to see what I was discovering about the paranormal at that time.
And this is a fantastic place to discover the paranormal, right?
Absolutely.
All right, let's go in and check it out.
Let's check it out. The sheriff and his family lived in the site from 1882 through the 1950s. They also took care of the prisoners that were out back. When the jail was first built, it was very small. We just had a few cells at that time. But as the county grew and grew and grew, the jail got bigger. And as you can see now, it's this very, very large jail. They discontinued the use of the jail in 1973, at which time the prisoners began to be housed down the road at the new facility. And we began to capture photographs of images along the cells on the side of the building. Now, I myself captured an image of a person looking out of one of the cells. A photographer with the Hobart Gazette actually got a very interesting image during the day in front of one of the cells where there was faces on a wall, very clear faces. There was other people that had photographed or videotaped other images, a woman looking out of the upstairs window, a man looking out of one of the side cells late one night. A friend of mine had a Sony night shot camera, and he was zooming into the cell and started to pan away. We caught a frame or two of this image looking out of one of the cells, and the man had a goatee and was looking out of the cell. This at a time when the place was totally closed up. Nobody was coming in here, especially at night, and we captured this along one of the cells. A number of the things that happen, that I know about that happen on our ghost tours. Now, just last year in the John Dillinger cell down at the end, a gentleman pulled me down there to say, "Here, watch that wall, Mike." He was very, very excited. "Watch this wall." And as I stood there at the front of the Dillinger cell watching, and I'm ready to walk off, he says, "No, Mike, watch, keep watching." And as I keep watching, and finally this little blue light appears. It's about that big. It goes about 3 or 4 feet up in the air and vanishes. Now, just down the hall from there, there is a day room where the guys used to hang out and play cards and so forth. And during one of our tours, the husband and wife were looking at some of the graffiti. The husband had seen his name written on the side of the wall, so he was very interested. The wife was on the other end of the room. There's this washboard sitting on the table, this old wooden washboard. It's leaning against a post. It's always there. It's just, did you guys find that in the jail? It's just an old washboard. So it's leaning against the post. Came flying off the table and smashed into the wall. Nobody else was in there with them. The two of them screamed and came running out in the hallway. There's always something new in here, and the stories can go on and on and on and on. You guys are going to find some amazing places in here where we've had activity, and we'll tell you about probably a few more stories as we're there, and more things come to mind as far as the ghostly activity in here.
Mike, you've been in here all the time, and you go to a lot of haunted places in the area. In all your years of trying to kind of investigate paranormal, has anything ever happened to you where it just scared the bejesus out of you?
Not usually. Back in my early days of ghost hunting, back in like 2002, 2003, there were some places I went to that made me a little bit, nervous about going
now
into.
something really extraordinary would have to happen to scare you.
Absolutely.
Remember me telling you in this cell block we have people stand in the doorways?
Yeah.
And they get pushed.
And they get pushed, and then when they stand in the doors.
Okay, I'm ready. I'll stand in the doorway.
Mostly don't touch the walls. Just relax. Anybody can do it. If you guys want to pick a cell, there's more down here.
You're gonna stand right in the door. for this to take effect.
Some of
You will eventually feel something pushing you forward.
There been a lot of incidents?
They just say they feel sick. One claims she got scratched, I don't know. They just don't wanna be here, they feel like something's touching them while the haunted house is going on.
I'm almost a little disappointed, like, nobody wants me.
Yeah, just kind of relax and do this. A lot of people start feeling like they're either being pushed out or pulled into the cell. If there's any inmates in here, we have people in your cells. Feel free to let them know if you want them out or in.
I sure feel like I'm getting pushed in. Maybe I'm goofy, but I don't like it.
Try not to lock your knees, just kind of stay loose.
I would say in.
Yeah? Wanna try it, Jody?
She's in solitary confinement down there.
Okay.
Somebody mess with you?
No. I'm gonna say no.
What happened?
Nothing.
Tell us what you thought happened.
Is there somebody back there now or not?
I don't think so. I think we're all on this side.
What's going on?
Is everybody over here?
Okay, nothing.
You good?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm done standing in the doorway now.
What was happening in the doorway?
I don't know. You know, I thought somebody was snapping at me, and then I heard somebody breathing back there, and I just assumed it was somebody coming in
breathing
the
too?
Okay, so there's. Yes. Is it you?
No, it wasn't me.
Are you sure? I heard the breathing.
We're hearing it from behind. What? This is why I keep losing all the kids. Same things they're feeling.
It's like damn walls are closing in on me.
You notice I'm not standing in a doorway.
Okay. Yeah. You know. You know, the thing is, sound carries and echoes around in here so much that I can't tell what I'm hearing or from where I'm hearing it.
We're all right here, though.
I know.
I mean, you can tell yourself whatever you'd like, but
I'm telling myself that the building is settling and everything is just fine. So we've been locked up here in the old Crown Point jail. We've been chasing ghosts and goblins all over the place, and we've had a truly frightening time. We hope to see you next time on Jump in the Lake. You're gonna let me out of here now, right? Hello?
If you were man enough, you would like tap somebody on the shoulder or maybe rattle these beds around a little bit or do something.
Run, 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 man.